Welcome to the Glory of Gaming podcast, where we bring you the latest news for the week and what's up and coming. I'm Haku, and today I'm joined with my co-host,
Crooked from Killsteel Gaming, and you can check us out on YouTube, and you can also hit us up on Twitter at KillsteelCrooks, and that is with a K at the end.
And you can hit me up on Twitter at Haku Gaming Fun, Gaming_fun.
Yeah, that one. Make sure you get the right Twitter.
Yes. All right, we got a good little things to talk about today. Today we're going to start with the Steam Summer Sale, which just recently hit the walls.
Yeah, it was really funny because I knew that the Steam Summer Sale was coming up because that's the biggest talk on the internet the week or two leading up to it. And then I got an email the day that it happened, and it goes 17 items from your wish list are on sale, and I'm like, that's my entire wish list.
Just 17?
Well,
mine was 88. 88 games were on sale.
I definitely don't spend a ton of time on the computer. Most of my time is on consoles, especially the old school ones. But yeah, it is amazing the sales that are out there. I'm just looking at some of them right now. The Tomb Raider franchise is 60 to 80% off. The Lego video game franchise is 33 to 75% off. Project Cars is $10. Like, there are some killer sales going on for this. Right?
Well, like my favorite one right now, get this, Shadows of Mordor Game of the Year edition, $4.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
80% off.
Guess what I'm going to be picking up later today, because that's
right?
Amazing. Holy shit. Like, wow.
And yeah, it's just getting, and it's just going to get better and better.
And for
every time they do a new sale.
Yeah, $4. For those of you guys who are like, oh, well, I don't have a good PC that can handle this, don't worry. There's a lot of games that aren't, super graphics intense on there too. And I highly recommend, if you have a computer at all, go check out the Steam Summer Sale, because it is kick ass right now.
Yeah. City Skyline, $7.49.
Wow. Then there's Planet Coasters, like $30 right now, which is pretty huge.
Oh, man.
There's just a lot of good stuff. And speaking of sales, other than the Steam Summer Sale, for those who are, more the console-based gamer, Sony also has a flash sale going on right now that is just as killer as the Steam Summer Sale. It's, focused all around co-op, and some of the highlights of it are Resident Evil 5 and 6 are just $8 each. 7 Days to Die is about $10.50. And then there's also Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 for about $16. Though I heard those weren't very good for the remake versions.
Yeah, I mean, I played them on the 360. I haven't played them since.
Yeah, I played them when they originally came out.
I was actually talking to someone at work today. We were talking about how we thought it was so odd that Mortal Kombat, or that the guys who make Mortal Kombat picked up a DC game as opposed to a Marvel game, because Marvel's always been well known for being a lot more bloody and gory than the DC side of it.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember, but Marvel had a fighting game called Inhumans that was super fun. It was really imbalanced, but it was really fun. It was kind of like, a Marvel Injustice. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so for those of you that have PlayStation 3 or 4, make sure you check that out. For the PlayStation 3 deals, by the way, the first two Borderlands games are only $4 each. So, that's a killer deal.
Which is a steal. I think I personally think Borderlands 2 was the better one.
Yeah, I mean, you can skip the pre-sequel. Don't worry about that at all. But,
yeah.
Borderlands and Borderlands 2, pick them up. They're fun. Play with your friends. It'll be a good time.
Gear, we love you, but the pre-sequel was garbage.
Yeah, the pre-sequel was terrible.
Yeah. And those of you that are on PC, if you're looking for a new game to play this week, Humble Bundle right now has Killing Floor for free. All you got to do is go into their sales area and pick it up right there.
Yeah, and Killing Floor 2 is a free game for PlayStation Plus users right now, right?
Yep.
If you have a PC or PlayStation 4, go check it out and have some fun with that. And something that really bothers me about Humble Bundle, actually, Haku, they don't have a gaming bundle this week.
No, they actually, for me, it's a software bundle. I actually like the software bundle
I'm
because
fine with it, but I just really prefer to have the gaming bundle there all the time and the software bundle there, when they have it available.
yeah. Well, I mean, I like the software bundle this time. It has Corral Studios in it, which as a photographer, it's great for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I was introduced to Humble Bundle through gaming, and the lack of gaming kind of upsets me. Gonna be honest. Oh, but what else is apparently upsetting? That's also very huge is Sega Forever came out, and for those of you who don't know, Sega basically came out and said all of our old games from the Genesis that everyone loved is going to come back and be for free on iPhone and Android. And from what I've been reading about it, it's terrible emulation that does not play well.
Yeah, I downloaded it today. The biggest thing that I'm seeing, like I downloaded Sonic 1. The biggest thing I'm seeing is there are ads everywhere.
Wow.
Not only that, but you got to spend $2 to turn the ads off.
And is that like $2 per game, or is it $2?
Yeah, $2 per game.
Oh shit! So if you want to, play like all of your old school classics, it's going to cost you $2 per to get an ad-free version. So it's not technically free like they're advertising.
And they had some good games on there because like Crazy Taxi was on there. I didn't see if Altered Beast was on there, but that would be awesome.
Altered Beast is on there actually. I do know
is
that.
It?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
It's a lot of Genesis and Dreamcast games. I know that much. There's
I know
also,
Sega CD was on here.
Phantasy Star 2 is on there too.
Ooh.
Talking about some old school, but there's not much else to talk about with the old school, but there is a lot of new school coming.
There is a lot of new school coming. So hold on before we go on. I just finished the level of Sonic 1 while we were talking, and as soon as the level was over, ad.
Oh man, and those levels are quick too.
Yeah. So, but going back to new games that are coming out this week. So for those of you on the PS4 who have wanted to play Elite Dangerous like the Xbox One guys have had and the PC has had for a while, this is your week. You are going to be getting Elite Dangerous. They are actually releasing this week. I believe it's a digital, not a physical.
Yeah, what's really cool about that I've noticed, because I am a PSVR owner. Haku has the Vive. And what I think is really cool is how many of these games are becoming, available on PSVR and the Vive. Of course, Rift is having its own problems of being cast off to the side. But it does seem like most VR games are going to be coming to those two platforms, and they're going to continue doing that. And I just want to throw in that I really enjoy that, and I really enjoy that developers are looking out for everyone who has VR, not just one specific.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, as a lover of VR, I'm excited that PlayStation decided to do their own VR. I'm disappointed that Xbox has taken so long to even think about it when PlayStation is already on top of it. And because I'm for anybody who wants to know me, I'm a PC guy, but I am also very highly an Xbox person. Don't get me wrong, I have all the consoles.
Yeah, we both have all the consoles. We just have preferences based on what we play and stuff.
See, and PlayStation people and Xbox One people can get along, so shut your mouths.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really, really impressed with the VR industry, what they're doing. I'm really hoping that Fallout comes to PlayStation VR as well. I know that Skyrim is going to the Vive, so here's hoping. And we can hope that VR just gets better and better.
All right. And then what else we got coming out this week? Golf Club 2 for all those people who like to be bored.
What is Golf Club? Is it like a golf simulation game?
Yes, it is a golf game where you have clubs.
Clubs. A golf game where you have clubs.
I mean, you're not playing with a hockey stick. What is this, Happy Madison?
or golf with your friends, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and
All right,
then
and
there's Valkyria Revolution. Is that part of the Valkyria Chronicles game
it
series?
is. It is part of it. And here's the crazy thing: Valkyria Chronicles only came out on PC recently, like super recently, with a remake. And then Valkyria Chronicles is only on the PS4. But it looks like this time, Valkyria Revolution is going to be on the 4, the Vita, and the Xbox One.
Awesome. I remember playing one of them back on the PSP a long time ago, and it was really fun. It was a really intense RPG, completely different from a lot of other ones I played. So that's gonna be something that I might want to check out because it's pretty cool. And then, of course, after that, there's a huge game coming out this week. Of course, it is a remake of an old game and also a remaster, and that is Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy.
Well, it's not a remaster. It is. It's not even. It's a remake, but it's not a remaster because they did not just use the old engine in this. They actually brought it into a new engine. It's actually completely rebuilt from the ground up. Like they actually went in and used the same level design, but actually everything in it is new.
Oh, so they implemented like new mechanics to tighten it up, the controls and everything, to make it a little bit nicer.
Yes.
Ooh.
So you feel like you're playing a PS4 game and not a PS1 game like it is. And one of the other things that's really crazy about it is like some of the later games you'll actually get to play, because the Insane Trilogy is actually Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3. And in 2, I think it's either 2 or 3, you will get to play some of the characters that you were not able to play in the original games.
I did find out that it is confirmed that you are able to play as Coco in every level of all 3 games, which is absolutely awesome for all of our gamers out there who want to play as Crash's cute little sister instead of playing as Crash's ugly ass. But with the Titan controls and everything, that's something I'm gonna look into, because last year I played Crash 3 and I remembered it as a kid being one of my favorite games ever, and it has not aged well. So to hear that the controls are all updated and everything, that is awesome. I can't wait. And that releases on the 29th, right?
No, the 30th. 30th for that guy.
30th. So I was off by a day. But there you go, guys. So on the 30th, pick that up and show love for it, because the more love that you show our old homie Crash, the higher chances we'll get of another Crash Bandicoot game.
Yep. And then the next one I'm going to pronounce because you spelled it wrong. This is Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. It was already released on the Vita a couple years ago, but they decided to remake it and put it out for the PS4, and that is also coming out this week.
Awesome. Yeah, I looked at those games and I was just like, that is not a game I've ever really played. They look weird, man. I don't.
They're very much a very niche style of gaming.
Yeah, they're one of those rare things, and there's a lot of those, rare anime style games coming out. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are just a little odd. And then, there's games like Galgun that just make you go, huh, that's basically porn. So now that we've went over some new games, and something else that's new that's going to be coming out later this year that I wanted to comment on is Mario Odyssey. Someone made a joke about how Kirby can eat Mario, and he's like, it's a picture of Mario and Kirby, and it's like, oh, I don't know if this is Mario eating Kirby or or Kirby eating
Kirby
Mario,
possessing Mario,
or Mario possessing Kirby. And then Nintendo replied with, Mario doesn't possess things, he captures them.
I have to disagree with this. I have to disagree, because if you look at everything they put out, as soon as the hat with eyes gets on whatever it's on, the character's eyes change to Mario's eyes.
Yeah, and apparently that's capturing, which is the term that's going to be used in the game. But I just thought that was a little funny tidbit, because Nintendo is just cute like that.
That is a funny tidbit, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, oh yeah, he totally possesses them. Speaking of the Switch, though, something else that I actually learned about today is there is something called Fuze coming to the Switch. And for those of you who don't know, Fuze is basically a software that teaches you how to program video games and other programs, of course, and it is coming to the Switch. The unique thing about Fuze is it's so easy to learn that kids can program games. So can adults and everything, of course. But I think that is absolutely massive. What are your thoughts on that, Haku?
I think anything that teaches kids how to do something is awesome, including some of the new, we at my work, we sell this thing that it's like an 8-bit level designer, and you can program your own game through it. And there are some people or some schools out there that are using Minecraft to teach kids to program too, which I think is just insane.
See, and I think that's awesome. And this being on the Switch, I mean, you can program your game and then play it right there. You can test it out and everything. And then if Nintendo implements something like Steam Greenlight or, something to take those indie games from Fuze and put them on the console, we could be seeing a brand new way for people to develop and, publish their games. And I think that's one of the most exciting things about the Switch at this point.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Virtual Console, Nintendo.
Yeah, Virtual Console, Nintendo. We need it now.
Yes, I want to play some GameCube games. Bring it to me.
We need it a lot.
And then something that was just announced this last week.
That I'm taking advantage of, by the way.
Overwatch has teamed up with Twitch, and if you Twitch Prime. So if you have a Twitch Prime account, you will, and you pair your Overwatch to it, you will get a gold box for your Overwatch game.
Not only that, but apparently every month you get additional boxes on top of that as well.
Yeah, I have not seen anything that has come out of it. Oh, but bringing this up, Blizzard has announced that they are going to be cutting down the chance of getting a replica in your boxes now.
I think I'm going to be waiting to open my gold box until after that happens.
Right?
The gold box is a guaranteed legendary, but oh man, can you imagine pulling a legendary that you already have? That would be awful. I would be so upset.
I would be. I would be so angry.
I don't even want to risk
so
that.
Angry.
Oh, and another thing that's huge on Twitch right now is Playerunknown Battlegrounds, which I know absolutely nothing about. I've seen everyone play it. You've been playing it. I know nothing about
I have been playing the crap out of this.
Why has it sold 4 million copies in 3 months?
It's unique. It's something that nobody has really ever done before. And that's the crazy thing about it. It is a PvP only game.
Well, people have done that before. I mean, that's happened plenty of times.
Here's how this one works. It's kind of like Hunger Games, except that you get you get dropped onto this island with nothing but your pants, your shirt, and your boots. And you have to go find better equipment. You got to go find guns. You got to find something to protect yourself. And it's on this gigantic map. Which over time the border shrinks and you have to get into those borders or you can be dealt damage and die. It is something that is just insane and it is a lot of fun. And most games are going to last you, if you're any good at it, are going to last you almost an hour. It is just crazy. And
so basically what you're telling me, Haku, is Crooked, go buy this game immediately because we need to play and put it on Killsteel Gaming for all these people who listen to the podcast to check out.
Yes, and the best part, it's a $30 game.
Yeah, which is awesome. But, the way you were describing it to me, I kind of got this sense of Rust in, like, you have to go pick shit up and everything, you have to survive against other people, but also, kind of like Call of Duty, where if you die, there's no respawning and, it just goes until the last person is alive.
When you die, it is done. There's only one other game that's kind of like this, and it's H1Z1 King of the Hill. But this one is it's a ton of fun. There's a lot of people playing it on Twitch. And one of the great things about it is you can also play duo, which means you can play with another person, or you can play with a whole squad, and a squad is 4 people. And there's 100 people per game.
Jeez. Well, make sure to look out for that on my channel coming soon, because I'm going to have to pick it up now after this conversation.
And the big reason we're talking about this is because Battlegrounds has only been out for about 3 months and has already sold 4 million copies.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't hear me earlier, that is outstanding. Like, that is... wow.
It is. That is almost unheard of.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen it on Twitch and YouTube and everything. It's topping League of Legends and Dota for people streaming it, which, I mean, that's huge. To top the 2 giants in gaming. This could be, the next esport.
Yeah,
you know what?
Right
I'm going to
now,
call it now. Playerunknown Battlegrounds will be the next major esport.
Yeah. Right now, on the... Okay, so featured games, it is in 2nd place right now. On Twitch.
Right after League, I'm assuming.
Yep. League of Legends has 69,672 viewers, and PlayerUnknown has 57,280 viewers as of right now, beating both Dota and Overwatch.
Well, there you go, guys. Like I said, I'm calling it now. It's going to be the next major esport. But instead of looking towards the future, let's go ahead and take a look at the past, at this week in gaming. This is going to be a little section of the show where we talk about what happened in gaming over the course of the week, just so that way you guys kind of know where everything came from. And to start it all off, on Sunday, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter released in Japan on June 18th, 1997, and that is massive. Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter started the entire Marvel vs. Capcom franchise.
Yeah.
And it all started on June 18th, 1997. Like, that is a massive day. That's 20 years ago. So, if you are a fan of fighting games at all and like Marvel vs. Capcom, especially with Infinite coming out, make sure you go and pay that game some tribute love for starting all of it.
Yep, and on Monday, Shinobi was released for the Sega Master System in Japan on June 19th, 1988. So, that is a long time ago already in the gaming industry.
That's almost 30 years ago, and Shinobi. Man, when was the last time we got a Shinobi game?
Wasn't there one on the PS4?
Maybe, but God, they used to have massive promotion. I remember Shinobi was the hardest game ever at one point in time.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy stuff. On Tuesday, a really huge thing, especially since we talked about VR earlier, Dot Hack Infection Part 1 was released for the PS2 on June 20th, 2002. For those of you who haven't played those games, they're basically Sword Art Online. But, before Sword Art Online.
Okay, so Dot Hack was the first game where you could completely import your entire character from one game to another.
Yes, and it had a follow-up game series called Dot Hack GU, which was great as well. They had a anime.
Which they just announced is coming to the PS4.
Awesome. I can't wait. I have the original games. I'm probably going to get them on PS4 as well because they are still incredibly playable. And, they're just great games. If you like VR, if you like great storytelling, if you like action RPGs where you're doing everything your character wants to do the entire time, and simulated MMOs, go pick up Dot Hack. Although I'm going to let you know right now, it's going to set you back like $300 to $400 just for the 4 games because they are rare.
When this game came out, I was actually drawn between this one and Dark Cloud 2.
Another great game.
Yeah. All right, and then on Wednesday, Omicron, The Nomad Soul, featuring the soundtrack by David Bowie, was released on June 21st, 2000. Now, something that's interesting, because isn't that the game that was based on David Bowie? Like, they used his face in the game?
Yeah, they used his face. He's a character in it. It's just...
that is the one that was released by Square Enix. Well, actually, at the time, Squaresoft. We're going old school here.
Yeah.
when David Bowie passed away, they gave this game away on PC for free.
They did, in sort of a tribute to David Bowie. They gave it away for free. I've heard the game is very broken, very hard to play if you're trying to play on modern PCs, just because, the technology is completely different than when that game came out. But if you are a fan of David Bowie's music, I highly recommend you go check it out, because the soundtrack is his, man.
Yeah.
And it's in a game, and apparently when it does work, it's a really good game. I don't know, I haven't played it, but I've heard it is a really great game. Speaking of great games, on Thursday, Quake, which recently got a brand new game announced, was released on June 22nd, 1996. So 21 years after it came out, Quake is back.
I feel old because I remember installing Quake on my Windows 3.1 machine with the original floppy disks, the 3.5s.
I did it on Windows 3.2, so I totally understand. Also, not only Quake, but I had the greatest Chex Quest. If you don't know what that is,
Chex
you need
Quest.
to go look up Chex Quest. Go Google it. You will die. It is the best Quake version ever. It's official Quake mod, so go check that out. If you want old school with Quake and you want to really celebrate the new game, go play Chex Quest. If that gets an HD remaster, I will be so happy.
And on Friday, we got to go fast because Sonic the Hedgehog celebrated its 26th birthday on the Genesis after making its first appearance on the console in the United States on June 23rd, 1991, which, by the way, was a Tuesday. And crazy thing is actually why most games are released on Tuesdays nowadays.
Yeah, which is just insane. Sonic has completely changed gaming for generations now, and it's weird because Sonic hasn't had, other than a few side games here and there.
We don't talk about Sonic Boom.
Sonic hasn't had a good game in a long time, and people can talk as much as they want about Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, saying that they're bad games. When they came out,
I love those games. Are you kidding me?
The best ever. They haven't aged well. That's why they're bad. But I would kill for Sonic Adventure 3. I would.
But nobody wants to talk about Sonic Boom because sorry guys, you killed the series with it.
Yeah, that game was terrible. But on Saturday, things got absolutely hectic for the United Kingdom when Mario Kart 64 was released on June 24th, 1997. And that, oh my god, the memories I have of me, my brother, and our friends sitting down, 4-player, playing Mario Kart. Oh man.
Now you guys are gonna think of me as a blaster, but to be honest with you, I was not big into Mario Kart 64. I was big into Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing was pretty good too. It's just Mario Kart. It was, going from the Super Nintendo version up to the 64 version, it was so cool. Like, so cool, it's unbelievable. And, before we get into our next topic of conversation, I actually had something that I noticed that I wanted to bring up before I forget about it.
Yeah.
I just saw that apparently there are pre-orders open for Splatoon squiddling guns, like the little ink blasters, and apparently they shoot ink and everything. They're from Nintendo World. You guys need to go check it out. It looks so cool. I'm thinking about picking them up because if they double as water guns, oh man, it is on. It is the old school Super Soaker days, but Splatoon style. Yeah, I think that's cool.
That is cool. All right, so the next thing. This is a big topic for people right now. The Nintendo Switch.
Oh, what's going on with the Switch?
Is so hard to find right now, and everybody thinks that the shortages are being caused by Nintendo. The reality is,
after the Wii, the Wii U, the Nintendo 3DS, the 2DS, and the Amiibos, and everything else that they've done.
Here's the crazy thing: is usually you would be right, and they didn't The honest reason is they did not expect the acceptance of the Switch here like they thought was going to happen. I mean, they've already sold 2 million of the, or they're coming up on the 2 million mark of how many sold.
Yeah, I feel like they expected it in Japan, because it's a very travel-heavy country. Anything that's a mobile game thing, that's basically like that's an instant buy. Here in the U.S., though, we drive. We don't take trains or anything, so it's not as much of a portable console here. But yeah, it has done amazingly well. I didn't even think I was going to like it, and I love my Switch. I haven't played it in a while, but I love it.
So for those of you who have not gotten one yet, here's the actual reason why they're having such a hard time keeping up with production. It seems that there's a specific flash memory chip called an NAND, and the other company that uses it is Apple. And Apple is buying them up by the truckload because they're getting ready for their iPhone 8 release. And this is causing a ton of issues with Nintendo and the Switch because they just can't get their hands on the chips fast enough to be able to keep up with production like they thought.
It really interests me about that because, I want to believe Nintendo. I really do want to believe Nintendo. When you look at, the NES Mini and all the other times this has happened, and they haven't put the blame on anyone, but they haven't given us a reason why. They just said there's a shortage. It was like, what gives? This time they're actually putting a blame on someone, which is why I think it's kind of believable. But at the same time, Apple never has shortages. Sony didn't have any shortages. Like, no one else is having shortages.
Well, the reason that is because Apple usually tends to predict what they need. Hence why the Nintendo Switches, or the guys, or Nintendo's having such a hard time with these memory chips, is because the iPhone 8 isn't even close to being out yet, but Apple is buying so many of them for their upcoming release.
Why didn't Nintendo do that?
Because Nintendo thought it was going to flop. To be completely honest with you.
That's pretty bad if you think your own console's going to flop.
Both the Wii and the Wii U flopped here in America.
Well, no.
Their handhelds have done great.
The Wii was pretty sold out for a while. It was hard to get your hands on.
Yeah.
But yeah, after the first year or two, the Wii pretty much fell off because no one cared about it at that point.
Well, and they weren't, the Nintendo wasn't putting out enough developers or having enough third-party developers to actually bring them into the gaming world where they need to be.
Yeah, and they also didn't have any first-party titles coming out or any exclusive titles coming out. Microsoft Xbox One, huh?
But yeah, so if you are looking to get a Switch, don't give in to those jerks that are charging you $700 for it. Don't even give in to the jerks that are or the companies that are charging you $400 plus for just the console. All right, the
I'm
MSRP.
gonna be honest though, I've seen some people on Craigslist and stuff. They're selling the console for $350, the console and a game for $400, and honestly, and this is legit,
that's not bad.
I'd pick that up in a heartbeat. Like, it is worth it. $350. I mean, you're paying an extra $25. They had to go through the effort to get one. Those are cool, but if it's $400 plus for just the console, don't do it.
Yep, the MSRP on that guy is $300. Don't give in to the scalpers, and don't give in to the people who inflate their prices. To be honest with you, the only people I've seen that have been keeping their price at the correct level is GameStop and Best Buy.
Yeah, and then be careful if you're going on to like Amazon, Walmart, etc., because they have third-party dealers that they don't say are third-party, and you'll get swindled. So don't do that.
Yeah, I've actually already heard of 3K swindled out of a Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I bought, and this is just, to let you guys know, I bought a PlayStation 3 controller off of Newegg. It was official from Newegg. It was actually from a third party, and it was a fake controller. So be careful about that. Speaking of controllers, actually, though, and this is all your territory because I know nothing about it. What's up with Valve's new knuckle controller?
So it's just now going out to developers, so we'll probably see it in about 6 months to or on the consumer side. But it is a new controller that fits better in the hands than the ones that came with it, and it has sensors for the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky finger, so you can actually grip in the game.
I'm going to be honest with you. Having played, the Vive and the PSVR, and you have as well, I actually prefer the PlayStation Move controllers in terms of
Actually,
comfort.
the controllers that I have seen that are the best, and don't get me wrong, HTC, I love the Vive. I love the Vive, but the Rift touch controllers are probably some of the best ones out there.
Yeah, I mean, for comfort though, like the Move is just dead on. You know what should happen because of the whole separation of PC and console and everything? What should happen is Sony and Vive should start, just tinkering with each other's shit, be like, hey, let's get this going. And they should work together to bring out VR technology while basically telling every other company to suck it.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. Why not, right? Other than that new controller, which hopefully will change VR, something that a lot of people have been waiting to hear about is what's going to happen to Destiny players when Destiny 2 comes out. Are your characters just gone? Is your stuff gone? What's going on? And it looks like we had some light shed on that from Bungie recently.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on it yet. I did hear that you'll be able to transfer your the way your character looks over to the Destiny 2, but I haven't heard anything else beside that.
So, from what I've been able to find out, what you're able to do is transfer some trophies or emblems over from Destiny to Destiny 2. And a lot of them you can't even get anymore. So, it's kind of, like, wow, that sucks. What benefit is that to me? Because, if you're just getting... Because it's like the Laurel Triumphant. If you complete things during Destiny's first year, during Destiny's second year, it's like, great. If I just started, there's no benefit for me.
Okay, so here's what's being said. Characters, Guardians who have reached level 20 and completed the Black Garden story mission will be able to retain their class, race, gender, face, hair, and markings. But you will not be able to carry over your powers or your possessions, any Eververse items, such as silver and emotes, and that means all of it's gone.
Yeah, so basically you get your character's look, you get some emblems, and that's it. That's, it's cool, but if you're a new player, there's no reason for you to keep playing Destiny at this point. Just wait for Destiny 2 and you'll be good. If you're an old player, you probably already have everything you want and you'll be good.
Yes.
Now, there's something else going on with Destiny 2, though, that I personally think is a huge step back, and the reasoning for it, I think, is complete and total bullshit. So Destiny 2 is not going to have recoil on its guns. And the reasoning why, per Bungie, is that you don't get the same feeling on PC. Well, I can attach my Xbox One controller to my PC. I can attach my PS4 controller to my PC. Like, come on, guys, that's a bullshit excuse.
It is a BS excuse. And any person who's good with a mouse is going to compensate for the recoil the moment they pull the trigger.
And yes, other games have made it so that it's not recoil based, like Overwatch, where it increases the spread instead of recoil. But I grew up playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six games, and those all had recoil in them. And honestly, guys, it's not a big deal. Bungie can get over themselves. I'm sick of developers thinking because it's on a console or PC that people want a different game. No, give us the same game across the board. Let us all play with each other. That's what gamers want.
Yeah, we definitely want a cross-platform play completely.
Especially for an MMO. An MMO that has cross-platform play like Final Fantasy XIV does, it's stellar because, for instance, me and Haku, yeah, we have every console and we tend to buy games for consoles that we can both play. But we have a lot of YouTubers and other friends that we have that we can't game with because they don't have the same console as us, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sick of that bullshit of companies just making excuses to make games different. It's dumb.
So this next one, I actually knew this morning. I just didn't say anything about it. But Activision has actually confirmed there will be a Modern Warfare re-release, a standalone copy for the PS4, and it comes out on June 27th.
And then Xbox One and PC versions are coming later, and it is just for $40. But you know what? I got to let you guys know. I knew this was going to happen. Like, the second they announced it was getting remastered and released with Infinite, and everyone was like, no, I don't want Infinite. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, there were too many fans that were complaining about that. But, I mean, if you did buy the Pro or the Legacy Edition, you only got Modern Warfare for $20. So, I mean, really, how much can you complain about that?
Yeah, and I'm going to probably catch some heat for this here, but honestly, guys, it's Modern Warfare. Infinite Warfare is just the same Call of Duty, and yes, there are minor differences between the guns, but guys, come on.
Actually, this one, they did have a change in mechanic.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It had a few changes, and actually, those changes made it into Black Ops 3 and ended up making a much better game. So, you know what, guys? Infinite Warfare is cool.
So,
people are gonna hate me for that.
Probably. It's okay.
So, that's pretty much it for most of the main stuff. But something that we like to do, or we wanted to do for you guys, that reminded us of old school gaming magazines, because these podcasts have kind of replaced gaming magazines. You know, it's where people talk about games. We want to include a tips and tricks section and talk about, you know, some stuff that we're going through. Because I've been playing a ton of Horizon Zero Dawn this week, I actually want to give you guys some tips for that. So the first one is every vendor that you go to can actually give you a free sample box. So if you're running low on supplies, make sure you do that. If you save your game and then you die, so like go to a campfire and then get killed by a creature, you get full health. So, you know, if you're at low health and you want to do a fight, just save, go die, and you'll be fine. As for the last two little hints I have, and Haku, if you haven't heard about this, you're going to be really excited too. You're going to want to scan every creature you cross by, and the reason why is if you get 100% of the game and get the Platinum Trophy, you not only get a free avatar of Horizon Zero Dawn for PlayStation, but you also get a 100% free theme for your PlayStation 4 that is all Horizon Zero Dawn themed. So make sure you go out there, get the Platinum Trophy. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I have the odd feeling it might go away after the DLC comes out, because that's usually how things like that happen.
Yep. All right, and then my tip and trick for the week. Since I did talk about it quite a bit today, Playerunknown Battlegrounds. I got two for you. One, if you remove your boots, you could actually save your own life because you make a ton less noise. A lot of people in the game don't realize it, but you're wearing heavy boots in the game, and it does actually make a ton of noise when you're walking around.
Ooh, that's like one of the things where you think it's helping you, but it's actually harming you. That's a good tip. I'm going to use that when we record. Watch, when we have our episode, I'm going to show people why that's useful.
Yes. And then the other tip I have for you is every car that is a soft spawn in the game, which means it does not have a specific spot where it spawns in every single time, faces east. So if you ever come across a car that's one of the ones that is drivable and it is facing west or any other direction, stay the hell away.
Does that mean that it's booby-trapped? Or
it means that someone's probably inside that building.
Oh, cool. So there are your tips and tricks for this week, guys, and that's actually all of our stories for this week.
Yep.
So, yeah, do you have anything else that you want to go over today, Haku?
Nope, that's it. And, thank you guys for listening. I'm Haku.
Yes, again, I am Crooked. Again, please check us out on YouTube at Killsteel Gaming. Hit me up on Twitter at KillsteelCrooks with a K.
And hit me up on Twitter at HakuGaming_fun.
And then look out for our next episode, which will be next week, where we'll be talking about more stuff that's all about the glory of gaming. Later.
guys.
Bye.